Welcome to CEFCU's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to CEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. I'm Paul Wappel, along with Adam Anderson. We are in Decatur tonight, where the St. Teresa Bulldogs will host the Central A&M Raiders. Both teams undefeated. Both teams ranked number 3 in their respective classes in the IHSA football rankings this week. This has the makings of another good game, Adam.
Absolutely. There's a lot of storylines that go into this game tonight, but really what it boils down to is you have two teams at the top of the conference playing for a conference title, but also thinking about playing deep in the postseason as well.
Adam, what do you see as the keys to the game, brought to you by CEFCU? CEFCU is your key to getting a home loan.
You know, first off, for Central A&M, you got to use every tool you have. You got to empty out the tool bag, and you got to use everything. I'm talking Jacob Parody, Connor Heaton, Connor Hutchins. You got to move them around, and you got to come at St. Teresa with all you got. And for St. Teresa's, you got to help the cook. And when I talk about cook, I'm talking about running back Denham Cook. You got to get some help out of your other guys, whether that's a Jimmy Staub or a Riley Less or somebody like that can make a big play to help lighten the load on him.
All right, thanks, Adam. And now we're going to turn it over to our sideline reporter, Nico Heffinger. Nico?
Big names in abundance in this matchup. It's going to be fascinating to see which defense is able to come out on top. When you're looking at St. Teresa, the sophomore running back, Denham Cook, 132 yards a game. Looking at Central A&M, Jacob Parody and Connor Heaton, third place in the state in basketball, two of the best players on the football team. Which defense is going to come out on top? It's going to be exciting to see.
Thank you, Nico, and we're just about set. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're watching CEFCU Friday Night Rivals on CW23. Back with the kickoff in just a minute. And good evening. Welcome to CEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. Paul Wappel, Adam Anderson. We are just about set for the kickoff here at St. Teresa. The Bulldogs hosting the Central A&M Raiders. Both teams undefeated. And this is going to be a good one, Adam.
It's going to be a big one, especially A&M going to start off with the football, look for some fireworks on offense.
And we are underway in Decatur. Ball goes out of the end zone. And here is tonight's game time forecast, brought to you by Backyard Leisure. Hot tub, you need it. Clear, 84 degrees, and 16 miles an hour. A little windy here, Adam.
A little windy. The wind is blowing out of the south, so A&M is going to be faces in the wind right now to start the first quarter.
So the Raiders start on offense, 1st and 10 from the 20. We talked in the pregame. They've got some offense. They go to the air right away, the Raiders do. Oh, and tipped at the 45-yard line, so the Raiders go deep on the opening play.
You know, St. Teresa came out and decided that they were going to go one-on-one with Jacob Parody, and I would take that as much as I could as well. He's a phenomenal athlete, but great job by Cord Miller to run stride for stride with him and knock that pass down.
2nd and 10 from the 20. Connor Heaton, the senior quarterback. He's a good one as well. Jacob Parody, All-State last year. 2nd down, they throw and hit hard, incomplete. On the play is number 3, Jacob Parody, 5'11", 155 pounds. He packs a punch. He is tough, and he got hit there.
Yeah, he took a big hit by number 6, Anthony Cherry, right there. They're going to have to keep doing that tonight. Heaton put that ball a little out in front of Parody. He could only get a paw on it. Cherry might have been able to get an interception there if he would have maybe focused a little bit more on the ball.
3rd and 10 for the Raiders. Good crowd on hand. A nice night for high school football. Heaton in the gun. Back to throw again. Looking. Going to keep it himself. Runs, has some room. To the 28, to the 30, 35. Out of bounds at the 37-yard line, and he is fired up, and why not? That's a 1st down. They'll move the chains. And that is a Casey's General Store 1st down. Casey's General Store, one of our 1st down sponsors all season long.
Connor Heaton can move. He is a big threat with his legs as well as his arm. So St. Teresa's going to have to keep contain and keep an eye on him, or he could turn into a long night for the Bulldogs.
And we'll get the starting lineups in 1 second here. The Raiders on 1st down. There's the give to Hutchins, the senior. Back to about the line of scrimmage, and now we'll take a look at the starting lineups. Brought to you by Shields. Thanks to Shields for sponsoring the starting lineups. The offense for the Central A&M Raiders. We talked about Jacob Parody and Connor Heaton. They've got some talent on the offense. 2nd and 11. Bergner was in motion. Fires a strike. Complete to the 40, 41-yard line. Reception that time by Connor Hutchins.
You know, Hutchins will do a little bit of everything as well as Parody. They'll hand him the ball, throw him the ball. They're two dynamic players for the Raiders.
And we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Decatur St. Teresa Bulldogs. Here's a look at their starters on defense tonight. And they've got a tough job to do this evening. Thanks to Shields for sponsoring that. 3rd and 7. Heaton looks to the sideline.
St. Teresa is playing straight man-to-man across the board. They're challenging Central A&M to see if their athletes are better than ours on the outside.
Heaton rolls right. He's in trouble. He's coming back the other way. He's got speed and room. He's got some room. 40, 45. Brought down in midfield, but it's enough for a first down. They'll move the chains. That's a Casey's General Store first down on the keeper. It's worked twice.
Great job by Connor Heaton. Roll right. They did a great job of getting in his face and not letting him even look downfield. But nobody kept contained out here on the left-hand side. As soon as he came back across field, it was wide open.
1st and 10, ball at midfield. Opening drive for the Raiders. Parody in motion. Give up the middle. Gain of about 2 on the play. Brady Patton, the junior running back, with the carry.
Great job by Patton. He can be kind of a hidden gem here for the Central A&M Raiders. You have so many other guys you want to focus on, but he could do some damage out of the backfield if he gets an opening.
And we mentioned both teams ranked. Decatur St. Teresa, number 3 in Class 2A, and Central A&M in 1A. On 2nd and 8. I think I felt a couple of raindrops.
Yeah, a couple of raindrops are falling.
Back to throw, he does throw. Heaton, complete. Flag on the play. Out of bounds, the far sidelines.
Where that flag came in, I'm going to guess holding on the Raiders.
Let's see what the call is. Officials sorting it out. 9:20 to go, first quarter here at St. Teresa. They're talking to... So, personal foul on Central A&M. The call
it was a blindside block. So what happens there is you cannot peel back, I guess, and come back at a defenseless player and block it. It's a new rule this year. They've tried to enforce it a little bit in the past. It's been a big point of contention here this season, though.
So it'll be 2nd and long for Central A&M. Ball back on the 41-yard line.
Quads on this side of the field for Central A&M.
On 2nd and 20. And you had the whole team just about looking this way toward the Central A&M, their own sideline. On 2nd down from the gun, Heaton throws it. Got a man. Oh,
he's
and
all
a flag
over
comes
him,
out.
Yep. You know, I've talked about it before. To be able to guard Jacob Parody for 4 quarters is going to be difficult for anybody in Macon County. It looks like Cord Miller has drawn that tonight. Did a good job on the first play of the game there. He was just all over Parody to try to slow him down. Guarding him one-on-one, I think, could be a tall task for St. Teresa tonight.
No doubt about that. So that's a big gain then for the Raiders. Here's the...
Yeah, that'll be...
We'll wait.
Defensive holding against St. Teresa.
15-yard.
Defensive holding, the call.
So it was just defensive holding. Okay, so that is just a 10-yard penalty and not an automatic first down.
So not as big of a gain. It was 2nd and 20, so now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, yep.
So they cut it in half, the Raiders do, after the penalty on the Bulldogs.
Good shot at Jacob Parody right there.
We got to.
Coach Weekly not happy with what he saw, or
all right,
a little miscommunication.
They'll take a timeout. We'll do the same thing. You're watching CEFQ Friday Night Rivals on CW23. We'll be back with more first quarter action from Decatur St. Teresa in just a minute. Welcome back to CEFQ Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. 9:01 to go, first quarter action. Second down for the Central A&M Raiders. He's looking, Heaton is, and he's sacked. Brought down. Couldn't get away that time, Adam.
No, he tried, took a little too long. Great job by number 64, Domenico Sassano, with the pressure, and then Denham Cook came in and finished him off. I think Denham Cook's job here the rest of the night might be to shadow Connor Heaton, and that's not a bad idea.
Sassano, 6 foot, 242-pound senior defensive tackle for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 15.
You know, Denham Cook actually started on defense as a freshman last year for this team that went to the semis.
Heaton takes his time. Looks to throw. Heaton does throw. Right side, complete. Oh, dropped. Wide open. Connor Hutchins dropped it. Nobody near him, and maybe tried to run with it.
Yeah, it
looked
like he tried to turn and run, and he would have been probably in for 6. And Corbin Miller had fallen down. So if Hutchins holds on to that football, you're probably looking at 6 points for the Raiders.
So that'll bring up 4th and 15, punting situation for the Raiders.
I saw Hutchins punt before the game, and it could carry some, you know, he's going to be going into the wind.
Into
but,
a strong wind, yes.
He could kick.
That's a pretty good kick into the wind, all things considered. And the Raiders will down it. So pretty good field position coming up for St. Teresa. The Bulldogs, will see how they do on their first offensive drive of the game.
You know, Central A&M was right there on a few of those passes, dropped or a late tip. I'm sure they're going to talk about a few adjustments they're going to make, but very good stop there by St. Teresa. Really challenged Central A&M offensively, and that hasn't happened a lot this year.
So 1st and 10 from the 25. Cord Miller, the junior quarterback for the Bulldogs. First down, he hands off. Goes up the middle. Denham Cook, we talked about him. We're going to hear his name a lot. 5'9", 210 pounds, a sophomore. Yes, a sophomore. He is a talent.
Yeah, just, you know, everybody in Central Illinois knows about Jacardier Wright, who has now actually played a little bit at Kansas State as a true freshman. Denham Cook has not been a drop-off at all. He is a different runner than Jacardier is, but he is very explosive, has some speed, and very seasoned. He played on defense all year last year as a freshman.
Second down. There's the give. Breaks it to the 40, 35, 40, 50. Midfield, down the sidelines. He's going to go all the way, and he is in for the touchdown. How about that? Joey Staub, the 5'10", 167-pound senior fullback. And it's 6-0 Bulldogs, and that is a Young Security touchdown. They're our touchdown sponsor this season. For every touchdown, so Young Security will donate $50 to a local charity. This week's charity is First Step Women's Center.
Just a simple inside trap play to Staub. He kind of hid behind his lineman there, and once he got to that second level, he used his speed, turned the corner, and he was gone.
So the Bulldogs strike quickly. They will attempt the point after. The Bulldogs will try to make it 7-0.
Setting the tone early is St. Teresa.
And there's extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:19 to go in the first quarter from St. Teresa, the Bulldogs, the home team, lead Central A&M 7-0. We'll take a break. You're watching CEFQ Friday Night Rivals on CW23. Welcome back to CEFQ Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. First quarter action from Decatur St. Teresa. The Bulldogs just struck with a touchdown. They lead 7-0, and they will kick off to Central A&M.
2 offensive plays, 1 touchdown.
There's the kick from the 5. Got some room to 20, 25, 30, to the 34-yard line. The Bulldogs get a good return there.
They have decent field position.
Check that, the Raiders.
Need to probably eliminate a penalty. They had a big penalty on the last drive, big personal foul that set them back. But they've been right there on a few of those throws. Need to keep an eye on Connor Heaton, maybe running the ball on design runs here on this drive.
And we want to thank Landmark Automotive Group for being our halftime sponsor this season on Friday Night Rivals. Thank you to Landmark Automotive Group. We appreciate it. Connor Heaton on first down. He hands off to Parody. He's trying to find some blockers. Got a couple. Jumps up in the air to the 42-yard line. He'll do whatever he can to get some yards.
I've never met a kid he never looks like he's tired on the basketball floor, out here on the football field, and he is a special athlete. His motor never stops, it seems like. He took a big hit there, and he got right back up, and he's ready to line up and play another one.
He picked up 6 yards, so 2nd and 4 for the Raiders, who trail 7-0. Got a nice breeze tonight. Parody in motion. Heaton's going to keep it himself. He can run. 40 hit hard. Brought down at the 43-yard line. So Bulldogs D was there.
Number 6, Ryan Cherry, is doing a great job from Anthony Cherry, is doing a great job from his safety position to coming up and making some big hits on the Raiders.
So 3rd and 3 from the 43-yard line for Central A&M. And we talked about how there are all kinds of storylines in this game, which is really neat. Makes it a lot of fun.
Head coach Brent Weekly used to play for Mark Ramsey. Mark Ramsey is a legend from Central A&M. The field is actually named after him. There are just stories all over the board here.
Heaton fires it. Not quite ready. Incomplete. Well, he can fire that ball, but Jacob Parody wasn't quite ready for it. He turned and...
Yeah, looks like it caught Parody off guard. The ball came that fast. He was open. He did have him. I just think Heaton got it out there about a half second too quick. You just need to relax and calm down. There's a lot of football left to be played.
So 4th and 3. Raiders in punt formation. Back deep for the Bulldogs is Joey Staub.
Staub is a threat back there, too, if he catches it cleanly.
Good punt. Nice high punt. And they'll let it go. Ball is down. So let's go down to Nico. Nico?
I'm here with Veronica McGuire with CEFCU. Veronica, how exciting is the partnership between CEFCU and Friday Night Rivals?
Oh, we absolutely love it. We love to be a part of the community, having an appearance in it. We just love to be able to contribute and sponsor an event like this. It's a lot of fun.
Does that get amplified when you look around and see that it is an absolutely packed house here in Decatur tonight?
Oh, yes, it's so much fun. We got the Central A&M fans and St. Teresa. It's packed. It's so cool to see and be a part of.
And I understand a couple promotions for CEFCU coming up that you wanted to mention?
Yes, we actually have Zuli Guli coming up in October on the 25th through the 27th. The kids can come out and they can trick or treat. It's a $4 entry, and there'll be a lot of trick-or-treaters there. There's a costume contest, and we're sponsoring that, so just come out.
All right, well, thank you for joining me, Veronica. We'll send it back up to Paul and Adam in the booth.
Thank you, and thanks to CEFCU for being our main sponsor this year, Friday Night Rivals. So on first down, pick up a 4.
Yeah, the ball did come loose there on a big hit. Connor Heaton put on Denham Cook. Seeing a lot more under center, more of an old school look out of St. Teresa to start this game.
Miller, hands off, cuts back, spins. Stop still going. Up to the 44-yard line.
Same play that they scored on, and again with Staub being a little bit smaller than your traditional fullback, he's just hiding behind his lineman there. It's tough to pick him up till the second level.
And that's a Casey's General Store first down. And now we're going to take a look at the starting lineups again, on offense this time for St. Teresa. The Bulldogs, Cord Miller, their quarterback, Denham Cook, the tough sophomore tailback. Brought to you by Shields. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Up the
Keeps
middle,
it,
and not much on the keeper that time. So bring up second down, and maybe he got a couple. And let's check the defensive starters tonight for Central A&M. Also brought to you by Shields. 4:03 to go, clock running in the first quarter. Decatur St. Teresa. They scored on their opening possession. Here's the give to Cook. Cuts back and about the 47-yard line.
You know, they've done a very good job of really limiting his carries right now. He hasn't done much, but he's been a great diversion, though, for some other big plays.
Beautiful night for high school football. 3rd and 6. For the home team. Miller back to throw, and a flag comes out and stop the play.
It's going to be some kind of false start on the Bulldogs, so it's going to put them 3rd and long.
And this is a unique field, isn't it? A unique stadium, unique place. This is awesome.
Yeah, you
pack them in, you're close.
You pack them in. It's very tight-knit. It's a very interesting game to play on because you just feel like everybody is right on the sidelines next to you, and it's an awesome atmosphere. It's a very unique atmosphere, and like it is tonight, we are standing room only as I kind of glance around, and probably about 2 people deep in most spots.
In some places even more. So 3rd and 11 for St. Teresa. Miller looking, fires across the middle, tipped twice, tipped a couple times. Nobody could come up with it, incomplete. Got to bring up 4th down.
A little bit of hot potato there, but nobody came down with it.
So the Raiders faithful, they cheer their defense on. They did a good job in that series.
Now, it'll be interesting to see what St. Teresa does here. Parity has scored on a pair of punt returns this season, so obviously you want to kick it away from him. But you also don't want to short kick it and give Central A&M really, really good field position.
4th and 11, Jacob Ryles, number 4, is the punter. High snap, Ryles gets it down. Good kick. Parity
has got a lot of room.
Goes wide left, 25, 30, cuts back
into
the 40, 45, cuts back and brought down the 47-yard line. He's something special.
He had one guy to beat, and that one guy was Denham Cook, who fought through 2 blockers to stop him, or else he was going for 6.
Jacob Parity.
You know, when he catches that ball, a lot of people probably think he's crazy for just standing there, but he had enough time to catch it, assess the field, and then he is so fast that he made his decision after that.
He did. He really assessed the field there. He just waited a few seconds and almost paid off for 6. But good field position. 1st and 10 from the 48 for Central A&M. Connor Heaton looks to the sidelines. Fakes, throws, strike, complete.
He's got some room.
Down the side, Connor Hudson's going. He's still on his feet. Finally brought down out of bounds. How about that?
About the 16-yard line. Again, Cord Miller just fell down on coverage and left Hutchins out there by himself. Great. Focused on the catch this time before he took off running. Great job by Connor Hutchins to make a big play.
And that's a Casey's General Store 1st down and 1st and 10 from the 16. They are also, the Raiders are, into the Carpenters Local 270 red zone. So 1st and 10 from 16, and we got a player down.
Looks like he might just have the wind knocked out of him. Justice Chapman there.
Sophomore for Bulldogs, he's up. Good to see that. And you're right in the thick of things when you're here watching a game, like you said, at St. Teresa. Everybody's close.
You know, again, with the storylines, Coach Ramsey retired. He actually coached Coach Weekly in a state championship game at Central A&M. Coach Ramsey retires, ends up at Shelbyville for a few years before coming to St. T. He's been to a state championship game with St. Teresa. were a game short last year, lost in the semifinals to Maroa Forsyth. This A&M team, Coach Weekly's kind of led them on a resurgence, went to the quarterfinals last year.
Wynn picks up on first down. Trying to goes left, goes right. Oh, brought down. Nice tackle there. Run well. Not happy about that. Griffin Brown with the carry. Raiders fans and the sideline not happy with that play.
No, Coach Weekly wants his guys to get back on the ball and go. He likes them to get up and go. He wants to run at a pace like Rochester does. And so he is upset now that they're you don't want him to get in the weeds here and get in an argument. Get on the ball. They've got a lot of momentum right now. He wants to get it in the end zone.
2nd and 4 from the 10 for Central A&M. And the Raiders.
False start.
That's not what you wanted.
No, not at all.
Central A&M, you're going and moving and big play. And so 1:45 to go. Clock running now in the first quarter. Central A&M. It'll be 2nd down and from the 15. 2nd and 8.
Wind is picking up. You guys probably hear it at home.
Heaton. Not much that time. Brady Patton.
Got about
carry.
2 or 3 yards there. Tough to see from this angle. He's a tough runner. He's one that, again, I said earlier, can sneak up on you.
3rd and 7 from the 13. Connor Heaton appears to have the play. Rolling, Heaton throws.
It's got him
looking,
open.
Complete.
Touchdown.
He's in.
He
Touchdown.
did finally signal it.
Waiting for it.
Yep.
Touchdown Raiders. And that's a Young Security touchdown. Another $50 donation to this week's charity, First Step Women's Center.
They had had 3 receivers out right where Heaton rolled. They kind of weaved in and out, somehow coming out. There was Parody who ended up open on the back corner of that end zone. Touchdown Raiders.
Jacob Parody with the TD. Raiders will attempt the extra point to try to tie it at 7. With 44 seconds to go in the opening quarter here in Decatur.
Jarrett Robertson, just a sophomore, going to do the kicking honors here for us.
5'11", 220 pounds. And
it's in. Good. Just barely in.
It didn't look impressive. Doesn't matter, just so it goes through, right? It's good. 7-7. So 44 seconds to go in the opening quarter. We're tied here at Decatur St. Teresa.
A lot of momentum back on this Central A&M sideline now. I think they were kind of a little shocked after St. Teresa scored 2 plays into their first offensive possession.
Battle of Unbeatens. We had that last week, and right now it's living up to it here, too.
If it lives up to that game last week, I'm going to have to go get some blood pressure medicine because it was through the roof at the end of that great game last week.
That was incredible. We're off to a great start here, and St. Teresa, a school rich with football history, tradition, a lot of state playoff appearances, state runner-up, state champions in the 70s, 74, 75.
Speaking of other big games, you had mentioned this through one quarter. Auburn is up 14-0 on Athens. You had mentioned you wouldn't be surprised.
It'd be interesting, 14-0. We'll keep an eye on that one. Sangamo Conference matchup. So the Raiders will kick off. The Bulldogs will get it back.
Leonard Bowl is tied 7-7 with 1 minute left in the first quarter, so they're just about the same time as us. And Williamsville's up 14-0 at the end of one over North Mac.
We're tied at 7. And Jacob Parody is ready to kick off. Check that.
I think it's him, but he's kind of turned a little bit. I can't see his number very well. Yeah, I think it is.
All right. He does everything. It shouldn't be surprised.
It should be surprised.
Fielded cleanly. Hit, still on his feet. Joey Staub. And how about that? Pretty good run back.
Tell you what, Staub's had a few good jukes and moves right there. That he's becoming very hard to tackle here for the Central A&M Raiders.
And you'll take a look at the scoring drive for the Raiders. 4 plays, 52 yards, and 13-yard touchdown pass to Jacob Parody, the senior All-Stater. So 1st and 10, ball on the 33 for Cord Miller and the St. Teresa Bulldogs. There's the give to Cook. Straight up the middle.
You know, he is a, Tom McNamara in our pregame show talked about it. He is a different guy than Jacardi, right? He's going to come right at 210 pounds. He can deliver a big blow.
So he gets 5 and brings up 2nd and 5. We'll see if they get off another play in the first quarter. If they let time, they may get one off here.
Yeah, they're
clock running.
They're not in a huge hurry here, so.
Ball on the 39. Miller throws. Complete. Still going. To the 45-yard line, about the 46-yard line. So that'll be the last play of the first quarter. So we'll take a break. You're watching CFQ Friday Night Rivals here on CW23. Back with the second quarter from Decatur St. Teresa in just a minute. Stay with us. Welcome back to CFQ Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. 2nd down and 9, and a good carry there for the Bulldogs. Cord Miller on the keeper, and they'll move the chains, and that's a first down, and that's a Brant Professional Agriculture first down. Brant, one of our first down sponsors, Friday Night Rivals this season.
Great job by Cord Miller to bring that ball down. Connor Hutchins was right in his face there pretty early, made a quick move in the backfield. And then did enough to pick up a big first down for the Bulldogs.
1st and 10. Bulldogs on the 44. Central A&M. He's going to keep it again. Miller does. Right side. Got some room down the sidelines. Still going. Still going. Could not bring him down. They finally get him out of bounds, and that's another first down. That's a Brant Professional Agriculture first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just some poor tackling there by Central A&M, and a great job by Miller to turn that into another big run. Not really what he's been known for here this season, but he's showing he's got another facet to his game that people need to worry about.
Pickup of 22 on the play. 1st and 10 from the 22. 7-7. Second quarter. CFQ Friday Night Rivals. Paul Wapple, Adam Anderson. Here's the handoff to Cook, left side. Can't quite get much going there. Raiders D was there.
Yeah, brought him down really before he could get going. And good job to take him. He's a guy you got to take out at his legs and just not get in trouble if he runs you over.
And they're on the 20 now, so they have made it into the Carpenters Local 270 red zone, the Bulldogs have. 2nd and 9 from the 20. Second quarter of action from St. Teresa.
Keep an eye on number 21, Jimmy Staub here in the backfield.
Miller goes under center this time. Gives to Cook. Trying to find something, plows through. Oh, big carry, still on his feet. Took about 2 or 3 of them to bring him down. The Raiders defense.
It looks like you're going to be about the 4-yard line, 3 or 4-yard line.
And it is a first down, a Brant Professional Agriculture first down. Now it is 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the 6. 9:42, clock running in the second quarter. Miller Under center again. Cook, right side, flag comes out. That flag hit one of the players, I think. Flag was flying. That
pretty good toss there, but I think you're going to get a holding penalty on St. Teresa.
And indeed, the call is on the Bulldogs. The Raiders fans like that. That'll push them back.
Central A&M has done a good job of bottling up Denham Cook, but Cord Miller is the one that's been hurting them with their feet, and of course the big run by Staub.
So quite a difference. First and goal from the 6. Now you're pushed back to the 18-yard line.
That wind is howling.
It is.
Beautiful night, though. No rain. If the rain holds up, hopefully Sarah Converse is wishing that away back in the studio.
Let's hope so. Back to throw. Miller does and
I think he did catch it, but he was sitting down when he caught it.
that was in.
And in high school, you can't get up and take off running, so got about a 2.5 yard maybe on that.
On the play, yes. So second and long. 8:47 to go.
Now with the wind, I would imagine you might be in 4-down territory. I don't know what the kicking situation is for St. Teresa, but we could be looking at 2 more offensive downs here.
Miller looks to the end zone. Right side, timing play. He got it. Or did he?
He caught it.
He's in. Touchdown. And the Bulldogs score. The strike to Jacob Ryles. That's a Young Security touchdown and another $50 donation to this week's charity, the First Step Women's Center.
He caught that one deep in the corner of the end zone. Great job by Ryles to hang on to that one and get a foot down. Big 6 points for St. Teresa.
That was a good throw and a good catch.
Yeah, Cord Miller put it right on the money.
13-7. The Bulldogs will attempt the extra point. And it is up. And it is good. So 14-7, the Bulldogs lead. We're going to take a short break. You're watching CEFCU Friday Night Rivals on CW23. Back with more from Decatur St. Teresa after the break. Welcome back to CEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. Paul Wappel, Adam Anderson in Decatur. The St. Teresa Bulldogs have scored. They lead 14-7, and they kick off to the Central A&M Raiders. Here in the second quarter, it's picked up, and the Raiders
They tried to short kick that one and catch him off guard, but
Jacob Parody with the return there, and you get a look at the scoring summary for Decatur St. Teresa.
Yeah, just another great throw to the back of the end zone to Ryles and made a good catch and stayed in bounds.
Got a couple of scores, Adam?
I did have the Auburn Athens score wrong. It is Athens 21-0 on Auburn. And then Williamsville has gone up 27-7 on North Mac. That one also in the second quarter. And I am trying to find an update here on the Leonard Bowl.
All right. We're 14-7, Decatur St. Teresa. Connor Heaton in the gun. Fires low, complete though. Catch made by Connor Hutchins.
Get about a yard there. Just a low throw. That's a tough throw from one hash to the other for Hutchins to make that catch, and he went down and got it. He had some blockers out in front of him.
2nd and 9 for the Raiders, who enter the game 4-0, just like St. Teresa. And to keep it himself, he's in trouble. Heaton is, and brought down for a loss.
Sassano's been in the backfield a few times here tonight.
Nice defensive play there. So
it's going to be third and El Dorado Street.
Just about. Just about. 3rd and 16 with 7:29, 7:28 to go in the second quarter. Connor Heaton looks to the sidelines for the play.
Keep an eye on Parody on the receiver closest down to us.
Heaton looks to throw. He's in trouble. Scrambling, running. Tosses it out of bounds. Bring up 4th down and a punting situation.
He had heavy pressure straight up the middle from Denham Cook. Didn't even really have time to scan the field. Cook was in the backfield almost instantaneously.
So the Raiders are punt formation. Joey Staub is back for the Bulldogs. Hutchins with the punt.
It's going to get a good bounce.
Staub grabs it, tries to go. Oh, nice defensive play there. Special teams play made by Brennan Simmons. So, and Prairie Heart Institute would like to thank our EMS and first responders at tonight's game for being the heart of the community. We want to thank you for all you do. Prairie Heart Institute thanks our EMS and our first responders for being the heart of the community. Thank you very much. So the Bulldogs back on offense now from their own 34. Cord Miller has it, gives to Cook. Nothing doing that time.
You know, they really have gotten to him pretty quickly and in the backfield. Jarrett Robertson right there. He hasn't really had much room to work on a lot of these run plays. It's just been, I talked about it before, the Cook needed some help, and he's gotten it here tonight, though.
2nd and 9. Got a yard on the play, and Bulldogs take their time on this play. They lead 14-7. Cook, set, Miller, fires, incomplete. Intended receiver, Luke Tapscott over his head.
Pretty well covered there. Used Denham Cook as a decoy. He was a blocker there, which gave Cord Miller more time to get outside and throw the ball downfield.
3rd and 9 from the 36 now for the Bulldogs.
Good shot of Coach Ramsey. 277 wins.
11th in the state of Illinois.
So he's at 270 or 280 now with the 3 wins this year. It wasn't a typo. St. Teresa did not have a Week 2 game. Their Week 2 team had to forfeit. They didn't have enough for a varsity game, so just wasn't able to pick one up.
Miller to stop, complete. Oh, is he hit hard? Well short of the first down.
Staub was close to having a knee down when he caught that ball. He took a big hit there, but again, still short of the first down.
So 4th and 6, and out comes the punt unit for the home team.
Update on the Leonard Bowl tie game, 14-14, SHG Rochester.
Jacob Parody back for the Raiders. Flag on the play before the play starts, and
I think somebody moved here.
So that'll push them, the Bulldogs, back 5 yards after the penalty with 5:30 to go in the second quarter.
It looks like Central A&M's going to try to come after this one to put a lot of pressure.
Jacob Ryles, number 4, is the punter. High snap. They come after him. Oh, they don't get him, but boy, that was close. Parody calls for a fair catch. And the sure-handed Parody has it at the 46-yard line. That's where the Raiders will take over an offense.
Pretty good starting field position for Central A&M.
And now it's time for the East Bay Fan Cam. And we've got plenty of fans here tonight. Having a good time. Hey, say hi, wave, you're on TV. All right. As we said, good crowd on both sides tonight. They are deep Lined up, standing, sitting, doing everything, cheering, enjoying the action. The East Bay fan cam.
They are laser focused here on this tight ball game.
From the 46. Incomplete tip. Tipped, and Parody was not sure what he was waving his hands about, but
I think he was telling Connor Heaton not to worry about it, because Jimmy Staub was about a half step away from just taking that back to the end zone.
Yes. So 2nd and 10 for the Raiders.
Joey Staub, check that. Jimmy is his brother. So
That's all in the family, right?
Wrong. Yeah.
And Joe Parody is an assistant coach for Central A&M. So 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Heaton. Dumps it off, complete, and nothing there for Parody that time.
Yeah, they had sniffed that one out from the start. They're not letting him get going either. So both teams have done a good job of limiting the other team's playmakers.
3rd and long. And the Raiders have slowed it down quite a bit.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get lined up, and I think maybe they're looking for an adjustment to see how the defense is specifically probably lining up to how Jacob Parody, and if they're going to put 2 guys out there on him, if they're going to put 1, and where is that guy at, and just what they're going to do.
3-2 on the play clock. Just got it off. Rolling. Looking to throw. Fires a bullet. Parody at midfield to the 45. Still on his feet. To the 40. Breaks at 35. Hit hard and brought down at the 34-yard line. Pound for pound, he is something else.
You know, he did what a lot of receivers in high school don't do because maybe they're afraid or don't know enough. He was supposed to turn that route upfield, but he had 2 guys that were already deeper than him. So he put his foot in his ground, he turned around, and Connor Heaton knew that he could put that ball on him once he turned. And that's Great job by Jacob Parody.
That's a Brant Professional Agriculture first down. On first down, flag up. Heaton to throw. He's in trouble. Down at the 40. Let's see what the flag's about.
I guess you're going to get a legal shift or some kind of motion penalty here on Central A&M.
Wait. And it is illegal motion on the Raiders. They were trying to get that play off pretty quickly that time and couldn't get it all together. And so 2nd down and 16 from the 39.
Yeah, Coach Weekly's trying to capture the momentum after big plays, and this is a few times they've been getting up slow and then just shooting themselves in the foot with a penalty.
Heaton back to throw, rolling, fires it. Incomplete. Almost picked off there by Cord Miller.
Again, a lot of early pressure there on Heaton. He's been kind of under fire here these past few drives. He's taken some big hits from this Bulldog defensive line.
So 3rd and 16. And Jacob Parody and the Raiders.
Again, you don't have to get it all here, but you're kind of in no man's land. So I'd expect this to be a 4-down play.
Heaton looking in trouble. Just gets it off, and he was hit and barely got that off.
And he's going to feel bad about that one when they look, because Jacob Parody was open across the middle. He had come open on a double move and just could not get the ball to him.
So 4th and 16. Let's see how the Raiders play it from the 39.
Looks like they're going to play a little field position game and just try to pin them deep. That one was about a half second away from being a big play for Central A&M.
Joey Staub, there you get a look at the Raiders quarterback. Joey Staub back, anticipating the punt for St. Teresa. Punt is bobbled and kicked, and it downed at the...
No way.
Guess
who did that?
He did it inside the 5. We're going to take a break. We'll explain it when we come back. You're watching CFQ Friday Night Rivals on CW23. Stay with us. Welcome back to SEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. We're in Decatur, St. Teresa, and Central A&M. I want to thank SEFCU for being our title sponsor this season on Friday Night Rivals. SEFCU, not a bank, better. Thanks to SEFCU.
Yeah.
All right, 3:28 to go. On that last play, that punt, Jacob Parody
went full Superman position
And
to get that ball and to down it. It says it's on the 5. It looks
deeper.
like about the 2 from where we're sitting.
And you can kind of tell from the vantage point there, the angle. So here we go on first down. We try to get out of that hole, and the Raiders.
Let's see, they're going to give him
there.
He's going to be about on the half-yard line.
Oh my goodness!
Central A&M's got to be careful. Cord Miller's hurt him with their legs. Jimmy Stobbs hurt him with his legs. Ryles made a big catch. Michael Less is out there too. Got to be careful not that you focus so much on Denham Cook that you lose one of those guys.
Keegan Waterman, number 55, 6'4", 252. All over that one. Second down and 10. He throws. Miller does. Deep, got a man. He caught it. It's a first down at the 32-yard line. What a great play there. That's a Brant Professional Agriculture first down, and the Bulldogs are cited. Heck of a play.
Again, great throw by Cord Miller to put it out there for Jacob Ryles. I just mentioned it. That's an easy throw and catch. You're taking a chance, but it's a pretty low-impact throw. If it's incomplete, you tell your quarterback it's got to be your guy or the sideline, so you don't give the defender a chance to make a play on it. Good adjustment by Ryles to make that catch.
Absolutely. 2:36 to go. First and 10 from the 31. Miller to throw. Short this time. Complete to Ryles. Cuts back left side. Got some room. 40, 45, midfield. 45, 40. Cuts back to the 30, 20, 15. Inside at the 10-yard line. What a play.
He's got to be tired. He ran about 105 yards on that one.
Jacob Ryles, the senior, and that is a Brant Professional Agriculture first down, and it's also, they're in the red zone. That is, they're into the Carpenters Local 270 red zone, the Bulldogs are, and I'd be tired too.
Yeah,
what a play.
A simple screen pass. Ryles came across. He moved 2 defenders, just completely made a great move to get out of their way, and then used the afterburners to turn that one on. And great job by Parody and Brendan Simmons just to keep him out of the end zone.
And I tell you, Adam, the classy fans here, the Raiders, Central A&M fans clapping there, and appreciate the effort there by the Bulldog,
you have to
Jacob
on that.
Ryles.
It was just started on the opposite side of the field of 32, and he ends up down inside on the 11.
Yeah, so they can't get a first down. First and 10 from the 11 for the Bulldogs. Miller hands off to Cook. Cuts back right. Picks up some positive yardage on the play.
Again, it hasn't
second down.
It
and
hasn't
8.
been Denham Cook that's hurt the Raiders here tonight. It's been the other cast of characters for the Bulldogs. And I talked about that being a key to this game. Sometimes I sound smart.
You got that one tonight. 1:38 to go. St. Teresa with all three of their timeouts. A&M with 2. The Bulldogs leading 14-7. They want to add to that lead on second down. Miller is going to talk about it. Calls timeout. Why not?
Didn't like what he saw there and wanted to call timeout.
So this field is like the Wrigley Field of high school football, if that makes sense. Because Wrigley Field, you're really close.
Yeah,
and,
you are close.
I mean, it's a great environment.
Not a lot of places is there a lot of great standing vantage points. But here, you're in the back of your end zones, and then I think from about the 20-yard line on the sidelines, you can see everything perfectly. A little bit of a hill on the south side of the field as well. It's a beautiful place to watch a game.
And tonight at 10:15, I want to remind you on ABC News Channel 20, get all of your local high school football highlights on News Channel 20's Friday Night Rivals recap. That's with Carly Bell. She's out and about covering several high school football games, and so is the rest of the ABC News Channel 20 crew. And she'll have all the highlight scores tonight at 10:15 on ABC News Channel 20. We've got a good one here, 14-7. 2nd and 8, ball on the 9 for St. Teresa. Cook gets the snap. It worked for a little bit.
Bobbled snap. Worked perfectly, though.
Positive yards. So 3rd down and 110, 109 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Southeast up 28-26 over MacArthur. That one's just right down the road here in Decatur. That one's midway through the 2nd quarter. And Chatham Glenwood up 27-6 over Jacksonville, almost halftime at that one.
3rd and 6 from the 7. Miller back to throw. Rolls right, looking. What was it?
He's got to throw that near.
Bounds. Wow, that's got to be. And you can see the A&M sideline saying,
that's got to be near a player. Yeah, there comes a flag. Yeah, that one's got to be near an actual receiver, because in high school football, you can't just sail it out of bounds like in college or NFL. It has to be in the vicinity of a wide receiver. That's what they're talking about right now.
And Adam, that there was nobody in sight. I'm surprised he did that.
Mark Ramsey, I think, was the closest receiver on that one.
So the officials obviously there are talking about it, and with 37 seconds to go, and this is a big call, and there's another flag.
So they ineligible receiver downfield. Okay.
So that's the call.
A little bit of both there.
So
you're going to say a lineman went too far downfield.
And
Coach Ramsey not happy about that one. Now, I didn't see the lineman. It's hard to see from this point, but I will agree on the intentional grounding was the call. So
now it's 4th down.
Yeah, it is a loss of down, so you don't replay the down.
And now, if you're St. Teresa, do you go for the field goal into a stiff wind, or do you go for?
They can get a 1st down,
but
now they would get that 1st down about the
2-yard line. Yeah. Yes. So 4th and forever. Miller has time, across the middle. Oh, just couldn't quite connect. Intended receiver was number 33, Luke Tapscott. So the Bulldogs will turn it over on downs to A&M with 32 seconds left, and the Raiders trailing 14-7. So the Raiders hold there.
Yeah, hold. The penalty was big. I mean, that was a big penalty to push them out. Wind in their face. I'm not sure what their kicking game is, but that would have been a pretty tough field goal for anybody in this kind of weather. But I wouldn't expect Central A&M to take their foot off the gas here and maybe do 1 or 2 plays to go downfield.
I want to let you know that Friday Night Rivals is available streaming live online. Log on to CW23TV.com and click on the Friday Night Rivals link. You can also find complete game videos and photos there from this season's games. CW23TV.com. 1st and 10 from the 29. Heaton to throw. He's scrambling. Fires one way up in the air. He's got Parity a little in and out of the hands. Little too much on it. Parity had to turn around and couldn't quite connect. So the clock stops. And
tell you what, I am just kind of mesmerized by the arm strength of Connor Heaton right there. He was off balance on one foot, and it just looked like he kind of flicked his wrist, and that ball went 45 yards in the air, and it was a strike that was just out of the reach of Connor Hutchins.
So 2nd and 10 with 26 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Heaton looking complete and out of bounds. That stops the clock. Bryson Bergener, the reception for the Raiders.
That'll stop the clock here, but you got to get a 1st down first. Is what you need to worry about first.
3rd and 3 for the Raiders, who trail 14-7 in this, yet for the 2nd week in a row. Again, a battle of unbeatens. And these two are rivals. Heaton looks, short pass, and they go out of bounds. They do what you said. They get the first down.
Got to worry about that first,
No, you get the first down. It's a Brand Professional Agriculture first down, and you stop the clock.
Yep.
Stops with the first down, but it stops you out of bounds. So 16 seconds to go. And the ball is on the 40.
And as we just saw 2 plays ago, Connor Heaton's got enough arm to get this one deep if they're going to throw it up.
No question. On first down, goes to sidelines again.
He's got some room.
He's at the 45, 40, cuts back, got some speed, 35, 30.
He's going to go.
25, 20 inside, and he is in. Touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Touchdown, Central A&M with 2 seconds ago. That's a Young Security touchdown, $50 donation courtesy of them to this week's charity, the First Step Women's Center.
You know, that goes against all conventional wisdom in football. Defensive backs play back. Coach Weekly says, you know what, I'm going to get it to my best guy and see what he can do. Throws a screen pass, and then Parody did the rest of it. Unbelievable.
You just saw, ladies and gentlemen, why he was an all-stater last year. He is something special. So the Raiders will try to tie it here, and the Raiders take a timeout after that exhilarating play.
They want to make sure they got enough guys out there to kick an extra point too.
And they're fired up on the Raiders sideline. And
great job by the offensive line too to get out in front of him. Gave him kind of a convoy of white jerseys out in front that gave him enough room, and he doesn't need a whole lot to turn that into 6 points.
Wow. What a first half. 2 seconds to go. And the Raiders again trying to catch their breath. That's why they call it Friday Night Rivals, I think, Adam, because that's what this is all about.
Well, I'll tell you right now, make sure at halftime you get your popcorn and your drinks close by, because I think we're going to be in for a pretty tight second half.
And we're not quite done with the first half, are we? But now the all-important extra point attempt. Connor Heaton will be the holder. And Jarrett Robertson is the kicker. The Raiders try to tie it. There's the snap. Kick is up. And it is good. So we are tied 14-14 here in Decatur. St. Teresa and Central A&M.
They're fired up over here on the Raiders sideline right now.
They are, and why not? What a strike there to Parody. He is just something. 14-14, back and forth game, and we've got 2 seconds. Who knows what will happen before halftime here, Adam? We just don't know.
Score update in the Leonard Bowl: Rochester 28, SHG 14. Little Rochester trying to pull away here.
So the Raiders will, let's see if they try to do a squib kick, or they do kick deep.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd probably keep it out of the back line. A lot of dangerous guys back there.
Ryles and Staub are back to field the kick from the Raiders. And Jacob Parody will do the kickoff. He does kick it deep.
He's going to put that one
almost to the uprights.
On Pershing Avenue there.
Nice. If you got that kind of leg and a little bit of a breeze, why not?
Why not?
Play it that way. Nobody's going to return that one. So 1st and 10 from the 20. We'll see what the Bulldogs do, if they just run the ball or try something fancy. We'll have the Landmark Automotive Group halftime report coming up and shortly. It's been a great first half, 14-14.
Sango update: Moreau is rebounding big against Pleasant Plains. That game 41-0 right now.
That was a heartbreaker for the Trojans last week, losing to the Bullets. And the Bulldogs just They take a knee, and it's halftime, 14-14 here at Decatur St. Teresa. The Bulldogs and the Central A&M Raiders are tied up. It's been a good one. And
it's been everything we thought it would be, and could be a little bit more here.
And we still have 2 quarters of football left, plus the halftime report. So this has been exciting. Some really good offensive plays and some talented players. So trying to get an interview lined up, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's out there. And Nico's out there with Mark Ramsey.
Let's go down to Nico Heffinger. Nico?
I'm here with St. Teresa head coach Mark Ramsey. Coach, what did you like what you saw in the first half?
Well, I think it was a half of big plays, but I thought defensively, other than a couple plays, we really played sound. Offensively, I was a little disappointed in our ground game up to this point. Hopefully we can get it squared away.
Jacob Ryles with a big first half. What did you like about what he was able to do?
Well, he's just an electric ball player, and, you got to have people around him all the time. So we got to do a better job on him.
What's going to be the message in order to come out with a win to your guys at the half?
Well, I mean, we had a penalty down there that really hurt us when we were trying to score, and we've talked about that all week. So hopefully no penalties.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. Paul and Adam will send it back up to you in the booth.
9, Adeline 23.
Automotive Group halftime report is coming up next. Stay tuned. Hey, you're watching the Landmark Automotive Group halftime report on Friday Night Rivals. Paul Wappel along with Adam Anderson. Earlier today, CEFCU presented St. Teresa High School with a $500 donation to say thank you for hosting tonight's Friday Night Rivals matchup. CEFCU will make a $500 donation to each Friday Night Rivals host school throughout the season for use for their general fund. CEFCU is proud to support our communities, our schools, and our students with Friday Night Rivals. Thanks to Decatur St. Teresa. And let's go down to Nico. Nico?
Guys, I'm here with Keith Red and Gary Payton with the Landmark Automotive Group, one of our sponsors for Friday Night Rivals. Guys, how exciting is this partnership with Friday Night Rivals?
What a great evening to be able to spend with News Channel 20 and CW, man. We've got a great ball game going on. A lot of excitement here. Great crowd, great atmosphere, great weather. What could be better,
Gary, how exciting has this night been?
It's been awesome. I'm a local Decatur guy, so being back in the community means the world to me.
And, speaking of this game and speaking of Landmark, what are some things that you guys have going on that you want to let the community know about?
Ease of doing business. We really have focused on making it easy to do business. We know that you can spend your money anywhere. We try to make the experience straightforward, transparent, and really easy.
Any predictions on the game? We'll start with you, Gary. Second half.
I can't do it.
We don't have one. All right, it's going to be a tie. What do you think?
You know what? I'm going to root for the home team, St. Teresa, and I'm going to say a close one at 36-30.
Regardless, it's going to be a lot of fun. Landmark Automotive Friday Night Rivals is going to be sponsored all season long. Paul and Adam will send it back to you in the booth.
Thanks, Nico, and thanks to Landmark Automotive Group. And we'll take a break. You're watching the Landmark Automotive Group halftime report on Friday Night Rivals from St. Teresa. We'll be back with more in a minute. Welcome back to the Landmark Automotive Group halftime report on Friday Night Rivals from Decatur St. Teresa. I wanted to let you know that throughout this Friday Night Rivals season, Steak and Shake will recognize an exceptional senior student athlete from each participating school with a plaque presentation prior to each game. This week's Steak and Shake scholar athletes are Jeske Maples from Central A&M. Jeske has a GPA of 4.0 and plays football. He's involved with many school clubs and leads the school culture group. Jeske volunteers with JFL and community projects. And from St. Teresa, Veronica Hine. Veronica has a GPA of 4.52 and runs cross country. She is a member of the National Honor Society and Student Council. Veronica volunteers during community events and helped design the team section at the Decatur Celebration. These students are also eligible to win a $5,000 scholarship to be presented at the end of the season, courtesy of Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake is proud to support and encourage exceptional student athletes across Central Illinois. Congratulations to both of this week's Steak and Shake Scholar athletes, Jesky Maples from Central A&M and from St. Teresa, Veronica Hine. All right, let's go down to Nico.
Guys, I'm joined now by Sean Hayes, the athletic director at Central A&M, and Larry Daly, the principal at St. Teresa High School. Guys, we've had a great first half so far. What has this partnership with Friday Night Rivals been like? Larry, we'll start with you as the home principal.
Well, it's been great. We have two really good teams with two really good fan bases, good communities, coming out and supporting their teams. It's really been fun to put this all together, especially with our students and our group that are here at the game. We're just really excited. We've been excited all week, I have to say.
Sean, you see a great turnout from the Central A&M fans, and the ones that can't watch it are hopefully watching the broadcast live.
I really hope they are watching this at home. This is a heck of a ball game against two great teams, two great communities, and one of us has to win, one of us has to lose, but it's been a great atmosphere and a great game.
Larry, anything outside of football going on at St. Teresa this year that you've been kind of proud about?
Oh, there's a couple of things that we're really proud about right now. This year we started a new, what we call a piano program. We actually went out and bought like 8 different keyboards so kids have their headphones on while they're learning to play piano. And we're hoping that helps our band program. We've been growing. Our teacher, Alex Rodriguez, has been doing a wonderful job with our band program. We're really excited about that. Also, we have a big fundraiser coming up, our dinner auction for what we call We Are St. T on October 26th from 5:30 until 11. We're really excited about that. Great group of parents that are putting this together. Should be a really good time.
And Sean, I know athletically the boys basketball team 3rd place last year. What outside of football, who's number 3 in the state right now, is going on exciting athletically?
Well, our volleyball team's doing really well right now. We had a great match with Tuscola last night. Other than that, we're excited about our football team and what's going to come with that.
All right, outside of that, we'll get one final question. Who wins this game tonight, Larry?
Well, I hope we do, but, we'll see.
Sean, what do you got?
Well, I'll just piggyback off of Larry. I hope we do, but it's great to play a great rival like St. T.
It's going to be a lot of fun in the second half. Paul and Adam, we'll send it back up to you.
All right, thank you very much. We'll take a break. You're watching the Landmark Automotive Group halftime report on Friday Night Rivals. Welcome back to the Landmark Automotive Group halftime report on Friday Night Rivals, 14-14 here at halftime. And earlier this week, we spoke with our Scholar Athlete sponsor, Steak and Shake.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the game so far tonight. Joining me right now is David Bruno of Suller Steak and Shake, here to tell us about an amazing partnership with News Channel 20, Fox, and CW to be the exclusive 2019 Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete sponsor. Thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So tell us about this unique partnership and how you guys decided to give back in such a way.
Well, we've been in the community since 1939. And for that reason, we want to make sure that all of our young people have opportunities. And one way we felt to do that was to offer this scholarship, being the fact that it's not just one sport, it's any athletic sport within the school that's being identified as the opportunity to qualify for this.
Excellent. Now, this award is celebrating their achievements both on and off the field. What will the students receive as part of this award?
Well, each week they receive a plaque of recognition, and that makes them eligible for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of this session.
I love that you guys are giving back in such a way to help these student athletes. And talk to us about some of the other fun and exciting things that Steak and Shake has going on.
Well, we try to do as much as we can for the community on a continued basis. This month in September, we're offering 10% off all breakfast items during breakfast hours to try to celebrate breakfast, let's say, bring it back a little bit.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, David, for joining us here. And back to you guys there on the field.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. The Steak and Shake, our Scholar Athlete sponsor. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Landmark Automotive Group halftime report on Friday Night Rivals. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Landmark Automotive Group halftime report on Friday Night Rivals. Right now, we're going to go down to Nico Heffinger.
Guys, I'm here with Brent Weekly, Central A&M head coach. Coach, how important was that late touchdown to tie this game up at the half?
Obviously, it got the score back to being even and gave our kids some confidence, and we needed that going into the half.
Been the closest game you've had so far this season. What was your message to the guys at the break?
It's never going to be easy if you want to be a champion, and our kids bought into that. They know that, and we're looking forward to a good second half.
What kind of needs to go your guys' way to come away with the win tonight?
Hey, we got to tackle better. There's no question defensively, but I like where we're at offensively. Defensively, we can get a little bit surer tackles, and we'll see who makes the most plays here at the end. It's been a pretty good game so far.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. We'll set it back up to Paul and Adam.
Thanks, Nico. Thank you, Coach. 14-14. Yeah, it's a great first half, and we're excited about the second half. Just about set to start the third quarter. Show a couple of statistics there, Adam.
Yeah, it's been. It looks semi-even. It does look lopsided. St. Teresa's broken off some big runs to have that 153 yards, but really Denham Cook hasn't done much on the ground. It was a big run by Staub to open up the game, and then a few big runs by Cord Miller, but it's been back and forth, and it has been a tale of teams just making a big play offensively. No real sustained drive just yet.
And the Bulldogs will get the ball here in the second half. The Raiders will kick off to them, and the rain is held off, and the breeze is stopped. It's pretty calm right now. Not quite as windy as it was.
He stepped over the line. That's kind of moving back 5 yards.
Very often, so a little too excited. And here is tonight's second half forecast, brought to you by Backyard Leisure. Hot tub, you need it. 80 degrees and clear. It's dropped a little bit. He says the wind is 15 miles an hour.
That'll drive a coach crazy right after halftime. Tried to show maybe an onside, maybe a quick kick, then they were going to back out of it and just kick normal, and got a little too excited.
Jacob Parody with the kick. Goes to the left side, and it goes out of bounds, and there the flags come out there.
It's going to come up to the 35-yard line, so great field position for the St. Teresa Bulldogs.
Probably not what you want coming out of the locker room, but so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. As we start the third quarter, tied at 14. And the Athens-Auburn game is a little more distance.
Yeah, last update I got was 35-0 Athens over Auburn.
We'll see the
Big
Warriors.
One. Yeah.
You were talking about that, Week 7?
Week 7, yeah, 2 weeks away. Athens-Maroa.
At Maroa, right?
Yep.
Forsyth. So
both those teams hoping out that maybe somebody can trip up the Waynesville Bullets and you can share the Sangamo Conference with them.
So the Bulldogs, 1st and 10 from the 40. As we start third quarter on offense here. There's the give to Cook. Right side, and gets 5 on the play.
5 hard-fought yards there by Denham Cook. This is the most he's fought for yardage here this year. The Raiders are making him earn everything he's getting.
And we heard from both coaches about their respective first halves, what they thought about their team's play. 2nd and 5 from the 45. Here in the third. There's the give to Cook, left side.
And going nowhere.
Nothing doing there.
That was something Coach Ramsey talked about at halftime when talking with Nico, is that he was disappointed in their run game, and it hasn't changed much here to start the second half.
Give the Raiders some credit there. They're doing a good job defensively. So 3rd and 5.
Again, keep an eye on Staub coming out of the backfield.
Quick strike, complete, left side to midfield, and
He's going to have enough there for the first down.
So first down after the reception by Michael Less. Haven't called his name tonight, and that's a Casey's General Store first down.
Just enough there by Less to get that first down.
So the Bulldogs get another set of downs. Miller under center. Give to Cook. Has a hole up the middle, and it's about 7.
It's the biggest hole he's had here tonight, and he turned into a big 7-yard run on first down. That makes your playbook, your play call sheet look a lot bigger when you're looking at 2nd and 3.
And that's what it is here in the third. Week 5 of the high school football season.
Crazy to think we are halfway through the regular season.
It really is. Here's the give to Cook.
It's going to be pretty close to a first down, kind of right here in front of us.
Yes.
They're going to give it to him.
Move the chains. Casey's General Store first down for the Bulldogs.
Tell you what, he's earning every bit of the yards he's getting here tonight.
.954 in the third.
You know, it looks like St. Teresa, maybe part of their second half strategy is to make sure they don't give the ball back to the offense with enough time to play, because they're really taking their time offensively.
There's a handoff to Staub, the carrier that time, the senior. Yeah, they are going at a much slower pace, at least so far here in the third, Adam.
Maybe be a little bit more methodical, because we've seen what Central A&M can do offensively, so maybe they're trying to slow them down a little bit.
2nd and 7 for the home team. And the Bulldogs, yeah, definitely taking their time, looking to the sideline. 14 on the play clock. Miller will go under center. Ryles in motion. There's the give to Cook. Right side, trying to cut back left. Does. Gets a couple. 3rd and 4.
I feel like we've been saying that a lot. He gets a couple here, a couple there, but those have been turning into first downs. But he's taking some big hits here to start the second half.
So 3rd and 2, actually, they'll call it. Make it 14-14. 2 undefeated high school football teams. There's a quick give, and he finds the room. Goes around the right side. Out of bounds, and Joey Staub. I'm sure after the play there, but first down. That's a Casey's General Store first down for the home team, and they move the chains. The Bulldogs definitely taking their time, Adam, like you said. For ball control, maybe.
For you Nebraska fans at home, this old school Tom Osborne type offense, just a quick inside trap used to be a staple of the Nebraska Cornhuskers back in the 90s.
And the Bulldogs have made it into the Carpenters local 270 red zone. 1st and 10 from the 15. Miller gives to Cook. No, Miller keeps it. The Raiders were there.
Yeah, they read that one perfectly this time and didn't let Miller get going. For that last carry, Joey Staub 4 carries, 100 yards. A lot of them came on that first one of the game, but he has been a difference maker on just that inside trap because he's getting hidden inside the line, and once he's to the second level, he's got enough speed to turn those into big gains.
So 2nd and 10 for St. Teresa from the 15. Miller back to throw. Looks right. Open. Got his man. And he is in for the touchdown. Joey Staub.
Nobody picked him up out of the backfield. He just came wide open on a play-action pass.
And that's a Young Security touchdown. That means another $50 donation courtesy of Young Security to this week's charity, the First Step Women's Center.
Great job by Staub. He's been a lead blocker, a runner, a lead blocker, and then he just snuck out of the backfield. Nobody picked him up, and he just walked right in the end zone. Great job by St. Teresa.
The Bulldogs attempt the point after. Kick is blocked. The kick is blocked. No good. So 20-14, St. Teresa leads. Central A&M will take a break. You're watching SEPCU Friday Night Rivals here on CW23. Back with more third quarter action in just a minute. Welcome back to SEPCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. I'm Paul Wapple alongside Adam Anderson. 20-14, the St. Teresa Bulldogs have just scored. Now they've kicked off. And the Raiders trying to run it back, and look who it is. None other than Jacob Parody. And
the one guy wouldn't kick it to it.
He is just something else. So good return and good offensive position for as they start this drive, the Central A&M Raiders.
Yeah, we've seen some great players in the games that we've had this year, the past 4 weeks. He is another one. And he is up near the top of some of the best high school football players I've seen with my 2 eyes.
No argument here. So 1st and 10 from the 35 for Connor Heaton and the Raiders, trailing 20-14 after the Bulldog touchdown. Parody in motion. Going to keep it himself. Heaton does. Goes wide right. Cuts upfield. Hit hard and pushed back. And a flag on the play. The far side.
I would imagine you're going to get a hold or a block in the back here on Central A&M.
Let's see what the call is. Here with 6:30 to go. And there it is. Holding on the Raiders. So the Bulldogs, there's the call. Bulldogs with a lot of time on that drive.
Yeah, they really chewed up a lot of clock, and it did look like that was maybe something they talked about at halftime to slow this game down and keep it out of the hands of Connor Heaton and Jacob Parody and the rest of the Central A&M offense.
So 1st and 21 from the 23. And Hutchins, the senior, with the carry.
Good run there by Hutchins.
Getting him into more of a manageable position to try to get a first down there after that carry.
You know, a lot of these guys were on the 3rd place basketball team from last winter at Central A&M, so they know what it takes to play in games like this, to be in tight situations. And this St. T team, it went to the semifinals last year, lost a tight one to Maroa. A lot of these guys returned from that team. So you have 2 very seasoned teams in playing big games like this.
2nd and 18. Heaton rolling, looking. Tipped in and out of the hands of number 5, the intended receiver. Couldn't quite do it, and they were there. The Bulldogs were. James Parody was the intended receiver. Another Parody. He's a sophomore.
Next Parody coming
up.
Yes.
Sophomore.
Looked like Heaton could have put that one a little bit closer to the sideline. Parody did have a step on Denham Cook, but again, rolling to his left and having to turn back right, that's a tough throw to make. I think I talk about that every week for 5 years.
So 3rd and 18 into the wind, and the wind has picked up here.
Yeah, you can probably hear it through our headphones.
Feel it. Let's see what the Raiders do. Heaton has time.
He's got a lot of time.
Throws across the middle, deep. Got Parody, and he held on. Oh, my goodness. Across midfield to the 40. That's a first down. A Casey's in for a first down. Heaton to Parody.
You can't give him that much time to stand back there, because the longer you give him that time, the longer Parody has to break free, and that's exactly what happened there.
And now the Raiders want to move quickly, and there's the handoff. to Patton. And he gets some yards. A good run there from Brady Patton, the junior.
Yeah,
he gets into action.
You're going to see Coach Weekly try to put his foot on the gas here because he wants to use some momentum to put St. Teresa on their heels.
They definitely do. Look at that. And that's a second down and short. And look at him go. Oh, my goodness. Got the first down now, and they still want to keep moving. That's Brady Patton with another big carry. A Casey's General Store first down, and they are moving at him, and they do not want to slow down.
I mean, he's a hidden gem back there. I talked about it earlier. He can hurt you.
1st and 10 from the 24 of St. Teresa. Patton again. Right side, we got a whistle and a flag, I believe.
I think you're...
Or did he call the...
I'm trying to...
They stopped the play.
Say, yeah, they stopped. I think it was before the are they going to call it timeout? Because...
Okay.
Yeah. There was a timeout called by St. Teresa before the ball was snapped.
Interesting. Bulldogs trying to slow it down. We're going to take a timeout ourselves. Back with more. You're watching CEFCU Friday Night Rivals on CW23. Stay with us. Welcome back to CEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. We're in Decatur. We've got a good one here. St. Teresa leads 20-14, but the Raiders are marching first and 10 from the 24. And the carry, and he keeps it himself. 4:46, 4:45 to go in the third quarter to get a shot of the Central A&M head coach. So 2nd and 6 after the pick up a 4, and the Raiders are moving quickly. Parody in motion. He gets the ball, slips, stays on his feet.
Yeah, did what he could there.
Good balancing act there, and still going the right way.
Got about 3 yards there.
And the Raiders are into the Carpenters Local 270 red zone. They're on the 19, 3rd and 5.
Again, I think you're in 4-down territory here if you're Central A&M.
Raiders have slowed things down quite a bit. They've got the play. Flag on the play, and somebody
jumped, or somebody was lined up in the neutral zone. Yep. That one hurts if you're Central A&M.
Because you go from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 10.
And again, I still think you're in 4-down territory. But to be in, could have been 4th and 5 or shorter to now you're at 3rd and 10. This makes it a little bit tougher.
A stiff breeze the Raiders are going into this quarter. 3:46 to go in the third. 3rd and 10.
2 in the backfield.
Parody in motion. Heaton keeps it, cuts back right, left, cuts back. He's got still going on his feet, goes down left side. Still going, his feet and down the sidelines.
He's in.
Touchdown. Unbelievable. The Raiders didn't look like he'd do much of anything. And Young Security touchdown, $50 donation to the charity First Step Women's Center.
We've talked about Parody a lot, but Connor Heaton is just as good of an athlete as he is. And he's been bottled up a lot tonight. He's done a lot with his arm. But right there, that was all Heaton. Made a few moves, used his speed to get to the left side, turn it up the corner, and get in the end zone.
And the all-important extra point. Tied at 20. The Raiders will try to take the lead. Jarrett Robertson will attempt the extra point.
It's up.
Plenty of leg, and it's through. 21-20, Central A&M leads. And earlier this week, we spoke with Prairie Heart Institute. Take a look at tonight's Heart of the Game message, brought to you by Prairie Heart Institute.
Joining me today is Dr. Todd Elmore and Jill Pulver, here today to talk all about the brain. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Jill, I first want to start with you and focus on stroke awareness. Kind of tell us the symptoms of a stroke.
Sure, you can remember the easy acronym, B FAST. Balance, eyes, change in vision, facial droop, arm weakness on one side typically, and slurred speech.
And what should you do if you are experiencing any of these symptoms?
Well, it is a medical emergency, so you need to dial, don't drive, call 911, and the ambulance can activate our stroke team at St. John's Hospital before you even arrive.
Alrighty, great information. And let's talk to you, Dr. Elmore. Talk to us about concussion awareness. We know that that is something that's very common when it comes to the game of football. How does one know if they are experiencing a concussion?
Concussion's a diagnosis you make by history. There's no test for concussion, and it's considered any sort of blow to the head or even a rapid moving of the head back and forth like in a whiplash injury that causes some sort of other symptom. People associate that mainly with loss of consciousness, but you don't have to have a loss of consciousness to have a concussion. Confusion, balance issues, staggering around, things like that in the middle of a game could be a sign of a concussion.
And so if you do experience those symptoms, what is the recovery process like for someone that has had a concussion?
Well, generally the player is pulled from the game, and then afterwards the most important thing is rest, and then a gradual reintroduction of activities, sometimes just physical activity that is not contact related for football players, and then hopefully once they become symptom free for a week or so, they're gradually allowed back into play.
Alrighty, thank you so much both of you for sharing this information with us here today.
Thank you.
All right, so 21-20, Central A&M leads. 3:31 to go. Parody with the kick. Staub has it. On his feet, got some speed. Beats a man, two, head on, and wow. Good run back there.
Great job
by Joey Staub.
Staub's had a big game here tonight. He's been a difference maker for the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs trailing by a point. Pretty good field position to start this drive.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they come out and still slow it down here and keep the ball out of the hands of the Raider offense.
Ball on the 39. Miller gives to Cook. Goes wide left. Right down close to the sideline.
Yeah, 3 yards there.
Went a lot, didn't get a whole lot, but
it's been tough for Denham Cook here tonight. The Raider defense has really bottled him up, but it's given other Bulldogs open opportunities to make big plays, and they've taken advantage of that.
2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Both teams enter this game undefeated. On 2nd down. Cook.
Yeah, nowhere to go.
Stacked up.
Bryson Bergner, number 11, was in there pretty quickly on that play to slow Cook down, and then there was a host of white jerseys behind him.
So 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Keep an eye on number 4, Jacob Ryles. Have not called his name since he had the big play in the 2nd quarter. Look for Miller to look his way.
Low snap. Miller throws.
And it's
picked off by Parody. No.
It's Connor Heaton.
Sorry about that. Wow.
Read Miller perfectly
What a
there.
pick.
Jumped in front of Ryles.
Great play right in front of us. 2:28 to go.
These two kids are special players.
And A&M with a big INT there. You talk about momentum. No doubt it's with the Raiders right now. They are fired up.
Sideline is fired up as well. These fans in the stands are are ready to go.
A little different than last year's game between these two.
It was tied at halftime, and then Cartier Wright took over that second half.
63-27, not tonight.
Connor Heaton, 10 of 20 for almost 300 yards throwing the football here tonight.
And there's Brady Patton. We've called his number several times here in the third quarter.
Central A&M's definitely got St. Teresa on their heels right now.
Pickup of 3, call it 2nd and 7.
Breeze picks up a little bit.
We get the 2-minute mark here in the third. Parity in motion. And there's a flag.
Somebody moved.
A lot of flags tonight, a lot of penalties.
A lot of penalties. And
for a week 5 game.
A lot of it's been false starts and penalties like that a lot of times you don't see after week 1, week 2.
You know, with 2 offenses like this, Adam, and a lot of guys in motion.
You're nervous, and it's a tight ball game. Yeah.
So 2nd and 11 for Central A&M. And again, they take their time. Heaton. Back to throw. Has time. Fires across the middle. Oh, overthrew Jacob Parody. And Parody is down. Takes his helmet off. And
I think he knocked the wind out of himself as he came down on that one. But
he was moving in a hurry and couldn't quite catch it. So
it looks like he's just a little short of breath. Hopefully he's all right.
So Jacob Parody, the talented senior for the Raiders, down, and hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, they're rubbing his stomach, so it just looks like he kind of knocked the wind out of himself.
Earlier tonight, CEFCU recognized an exceptional volunteer from the home school with a plaque prior to the game. This week's CEFCU Volunteer of the Game is Jim Davis. Jim wears many hats when helping at St. Teresa High School. He's an assistant strength coach in the winter and helps maintain the athletic fields in the summer. Jim has been a volunteer for over 25 years at St. Teresa. Congratulations to tonight's CEFCU Volunteer of the Game, Jim Davis. Congratulations, Jim. Thank you for everything you've done. So 1:32 to go here. Central A&M leading by 1. Jacob Parody down, shaken up on the play. He was the intended receiver on a play across the middle and made. And I want to give a shout out to Landmark Automotive Group for being our halftime sponsor this year on Friday Night Rivals. Appreciate their support. Had some representatives here at the game tonight. We heard from them earlier. Great to see them supporting high school sports in Central Illinois. Friday Night Rivals. So he moved around and got up a little bit, but hopefully that's all it is. Like you said, Adam, maybe the wind knocked out of him. Hopefully that's all it is. And
yeah, hopefully he's back on the field. I hate to see a kid like that come out of the game, but.
And hopefully that's all it is. Shake it up and maybe hit. Yeah, maybe holding his stomach is a little bit. We'll see if we can find out.
Holding that arm too, so that's not a good sign.
See if find out what we can on Jacob Parody, outstanding senior. See him coming off the field there here in the third quarter. His team leads by 1, and he's been a huge part of tonight, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got other guys to step up and make plays, and they're going to have to do that here if they expect to win here tonight.
Fans applaud and cheer Parody, and Brady Patton, number 25, may get a little more work. We'll see how it goes here on 3rd and 11 for the Raiders from the 49. Fake, there's the pass, complete, right side, and tripped up pretty quickly is Connor Hutchins with the reception. Not a whole lot there, but 4th down, and
was just doing a little hand signals to Nico Heffinger on the sidelines. He's checking out Jacob Parody. It looks to be maybe a rib injury. I thought maybe a shoulder, but looks to be his ribs were bothering him. He's got 6 catches for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns here tonight, so he's definitely been a difference maker for Central A&M.
Through 3 quarters, incredible. So 52 seconds clock running here in the third, and play clock.
So he's got to wanted to run it down, take a timeout. And then
the Raiders do. We'll let you know what we find out, if we can, about Jacob Parody's status. And right now we're going to check out the East Bay fan cam. Check out some of the fans here tonight. In Decatur at St. Teresa. Great place to watch a high school football game, and this has been a good one. The East Bay fan cam.
A lot of Central A&M fans staring down the sideline to make sure Jacob Parody is going to be okay.
He's getting looked at.
A final in Auburn, Athens 48, Auburn 7. So big win by the Athens Warriors.
Wow, they rolled the Trojans tonight. I'm surprised by that score. That's so lopsided. So 4th and 11, and the Raiders will punt. Joey Staub back to receive the kick. Punt, and he's got it. He's got some speed. Coming down on the sideline, left side, right side. He's on his feet, cuts back. Brought down at the 46-yard line. So Staub with a good return for the Bulldogs. Might fire them up.
Really, Staub's been their guy here tonight. He's done a lot to really keep them in the game with his big plays and really give them great field position. He's been the man for the Bulldogs.
So ball on the 45 of Central A&M.
A big score update. Williamsville 55, North Mac 22. That's a final.
A lot of points in that one, too. Williamsville's offense, incredible.
MacArthur up 44-28 over in Southeast. That one's deep in the third quarter as well.
Bulldogs from their 45 of Central A&M. Miller gives. Nothing there. Back to the line of scrimmage. That time for Denham Cook.
Again, I can't understate enough. This Raider defense has done a great job to really bottle him up and make sure that he wasn't going to be the guy that beat them tonight.
8 seconds clock running here in the third. See if the Bulldogs get this play off or not. And they moved. Or did time expire? I think
it's going to be one of those.
Yeah,
it's going to be one of those things.
See what. All right, we're going to take a break. You're watching CEFQ Friday Night Rivals on CW23. Back with the fourth quarter in just a minute. Welcome back to CEFQ Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. Adam, go ahead.
We are still in the third quarter, folks. Right before the quarter ended, there was an offensive penalty on St. Teresa. Can't end the quarter on that offensive penalty. So this is basically an untimed play to end the third quarter.
Miller to Cook, who gets the pickup there, or the reception. And there you hear now the third quarter is officially over.
So now
after that play. So 21-20.
Now that's a situation that we were just talking about. That'll happen once every 100 games, maybe.
So we'll give you an update on Jacob Parody.
He was back on the field for that defensive play. He still looks to be a little sore and tender in the chest rib type area.
We've seen the trainer, or one of the staff, talking to him. Just talked to him again. So we'll keep an eye on him, but he was in on that play, that last play. So, and we're going to go down to Nico. Yep, Nico.
Guys, I was over on the sideline. Jacob Parody dove for a ball, landed on what looked like his rib cage. He does have a wrap around his midsection. He's been trying to run up and down the sideline, had something put in by the trainer. Regardless, he is showing a lot of toughness. He is already back in the ball game, even though he is in some considerable pain. Parody and Heaton have been making some plays to get Central A&M back in this ball game. We'll see how Parody's status plays out the rest of the fourth quarter. Back to you.
Thank you, Nico. We'll keep an eye on Jacob Parody. 3rd and 5. Miller dumps it complete to Ryles.
See where they mark him down at. It's going to be close to a first down. That's Ryles' first catch here in the second half. He kept quiet in the third quarter. It's going to be about a yard and a half short. Let's see what St. Teresa does here.
They're going to call it 2, 4th and 2 for the Bulldogs, trailing.
This is a
big
play.
The Bulldogs are going to go for it. They try to get their fans fired up. Miller gives to Cook, right side. He's got room. He's got the first down and then some. And that is a Brant Professional Agriculture first down for St. Teresa. And Cook came through that time.
He came through that time. Great job up front for the Bulldogs to give him, one of the biggest holes he had here tonight. And he turned it into a first down that the Bulldogs greatly needed.
So the Bulldogs are on the 33 of Central A&M, trailing 21-20 here in the fourth. Miller rolls, looks, falls down. Oh, tough break at the 47-yard line. Check that, the 42-3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and long.
He was going to have some pressure in his face regardless, but just slipped on the grass out here. Got a big break there for Central A&M.
10:20 to go in the fourth. 2nd and 20 now for the home team.
Again, keep an eye on number 21, Jimmy Staub. He's been their big playmaker here tonight.
Miller to throw. Cross the middle. Overthrows. Picked off by the Raiders. Right into the hands of number 32. And a good play there by Central A&M.
Yeah, great job there by Central A&M number 32, Dalton Nichols, a sophomore. Miller just put a little too much on that one. Sailed his receiver. Huge turnover. That's back-to-back here for St. Teresa. In a game like this, those could make all the difference.
So 10 minutes to go, and the turnover. The Raiders come up with the interception on that play. And our plaques and trophies this season are provided by K&R Tomahawk Awards and Trophies. Visit them at 1204 South 5th Street in Springfield. K&R Tomahawk Awards. Thank you. And the handoff, left side, Brady Patton. And let's see if the Raiders try to play a little bit of ball control at them, leading by 1, and still a lot of time, of course, but they can eat some clock if they want to.
Patton's done a little bit better job running the football. Got strung out there, and great tackle by Anthony Cherry, number 6, to get him back near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, no gain on that one. So 2nd and 10. Parody in motion. High snap. Looks to throw. Does throw low. Intended receiver was Connor Hutchins, and Heaton didn't quite have enough on that one.
Yeah, that was a low fastball there from Heaton. I thought he did have Parody up the middle. Had a step on Les from St. Teresa. But again, rolling to your right, he thought he could hit Hutchins there in tight coverage.
3rd down. Excuse me, 3rd down and 10 for the Raiders. They have the ball and the lead.
They can give Heaton some time here.
He looks, he's going to keep it himself. Cuts back, still on his feet. Midfield, past it, cuts back to the 40. Brought down finally at the 37-yard line of St. Teresa. That's a Brant Professional Agriculture first down.
Now, I wasn't sure what Bulldog defender it was, but he put somebody in a blender there with that spin move near midfield. Great job by Connor Heaton to bring that ball down and make a huge play for the Raiders.
Ball on the 37, and the Raiders want to go back quickly. They do. There's a reception to Hutchins. He's inside the 35, close to the 30-yard line.
Got about 5 or 6 there on the first down play.
Stayed in bounds. Clock continues to run. 8:53 in the fourth.
Up, we're gonna have a. Hutchins is gonna have to come out. He's got blood on his arm.
And he comes out and meets with one of the trainer and get him fixed up. So 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard carry there. And yes, Jacob Parody is still in the game and lined up. Receiver on the right side.
He doesn't even look like he's breathing hard either. I mean, I'm more out watching this game.
There's the handoff up the middle, and he's going to score! Touchdown! Just like that for Central A&M, they score. That's a Young Security touchdown. Hunter Gregory,
first carry of the night, and he takes it to the house.
That's a $50 donation to the First Step Women's Center, this week's charity, thanks to Young Security. He shot out of there like a cannon, Adam.
Yeah, and kind of the seas parted there. Everybody had their eyes to the outside. Gregory, who's not carried the ball at all here tonight, takes that one to the house. This is a big extra point, too.
It is, 27-20. Can make it an 8-point differential here. Jarrett Robertson.
We're going to have a roughing the kicker.
And they and you see Connor Heaton saying, hey, let it go. If it's a penalty, don't get in the middle of it if they call it.
You know, Robertson took a big hit. It's going to be a roughing the kicker, so it's going to be half the distance. I don't think the kick went in. I wasn't looking, but if they're going to redo it.
And they're going to explain. He wants to know if the kick was good. No, good.
Oh, it was offside to start with.
Well,
so they're going
to see if you have one penalty on the play or two.
Yeah, I'm not.
They're going to try to explain it to.
There's a lot of argument in the stands to go for 2. I still think in a game like this, yeah, they were going to call offsides on St. Teresa, so the kick never even happened. So I know a lot of the Raider hopeful would love for them to go to 2 to make this a 2-score game, but the smart play is to kick it, make it an 8-point game, because then St. Teresa would have to go for a 2-point conversion just to tie it up. If they were to not get the 2-point conversion here, St. Teresa scores, get a 2-point conversion, game's over. Not game's over. St. Teresa would have the lead.
Jarrett Robertson to attempt the point after. Oh my goodness. They were in a hurry, but in a flag.
So we got a flag. I think we're going to get a personal foul on St. Teresa.
I think we are too. Let's wait.
So I think we're going to do this. It's going to be a dead ball.
Number 6, Anthony Cherry, was in quickly. And they just got the point on.
Yeah, it was a personal foul. So that'll be 15 yards on the kickoff. So it is still a missed extra point. Oh, no, he didn't make it. They said it went in?
Yeah, it did go in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. So, all right, we're going to take a break.
We'll sort it out.
We'll be back in a minute. You're watching SFQ Friday Night Rivals. Stay with us.
Did it go in?
It did.
See, I started looking at him.
I know.
And when he started clapping, I just figured he missed it. Did it go in?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but did it go in?
Yeah.
Did you see the kick go in?
It barely got.
Then why was he clapping?
Because the guy thought that he. I don't know. I see what you're saying.
Why was he clapping if he made it?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. What? You know what I mean? Whatever.
All right. Wow.
Do they call it on both teams?
We'll see it.
Because if they... Shouldn't they be
Offsetting?
kicking this one on?
No, that's...
Where's he kicking it from? The 40? I guess that's right?
10, yeah.
It's a
Yeah, you
15.
don't kick it from the 40. That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 15, yeah.
You're right. There's... Welcome back to SEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. Paul Wappel, Adam Anderson, Doug Opperman keeping statistics, and the whole Friday Night Rivals crew here. We've got another great game. 28-20. Central A&M has just scored. And after the penalty on the point after, Parity kicks it, a line drive, a bullet. Fielded by Ryles. 20-25. Goes left. Shifts still on feet, out of bounds. At the 28-yard line.
Decent return there for Ryles.
So the Bulldogs will take over on offense there, trailing by 8. Need the touchdown, obviously, and the 2-point conversion. Plenty of time, 8-13. Let's see how the Bulldogs respond on offense.
Yeah, past 2 drives have ended in interceptions by Miller. So hopefully he's blocked that out and got that out of his mind because this is a big drive here.
Absolutely. Ball on the 29 for Cord Miller, the St. Teresa quarterback, and the Bulldogs. He's got Cook behind him. High snap, gives it to Cook. Left side, no such luck. Wow, the Warriors D came up big there. No doubt about it there.
It's big. Jeske Maples, our student athlete.
Scholar athlete, yes.
Athlete. Big play by Maples. Hit him in the backfield.
So, second down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Miller fakes. Looks right, rolls, throws, sideline, tipped. Couldn't hang on to a tough pass. Joey Staub, the intended receiver.
That one, a tough throw. It would have been close to if he could have stayed in bounds there. I thought Miller had room to pull that one down and run. He had some room in front of him.
7:32, clock stops on the incompletion. 3rd and 9, and
St. Teresa hasn't been in this position a whole lot here tonight. A 3rd and long.
That's where they are now.
Ryles and Staub, 2 guys to keep your eye on.
Miller to Cook. Not nearly enough. 4th down and a punting situation for the Bulldogs, who will have to give it back to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Trailing the Bulldogs, trailing by 8.
And with this win, I would imagine you're going to get decent field position here from Central A&M.
And wanted to see if they, so Parity is not.
He is not deep. Connor Heaton is deep.
For the Raiders.
Parity is in on the line of scrimmage. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go after this punt.
4th and 6. Pretty good punt. Fair catch called for. And just hangs on to it for dear life at the 39-yard line by Connor. Check that, Connor Heaton. So 6:39 to go. 28-20, the Central A&M Raiders lead. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Could be a factor in this one.
Now I would expect maybe a little bit of slowdown here for Central A&M, but I'm sure Coach Weekly still wants, if he can get in the end zone, then this is definitely a 2-score ball game, and that puts a lot of extra pressure on St. Teresa.
From the 40. Right, left side ball carrier. That time hasn't got a whole lot of
it's Hunter Gregory.
action tonight is Hunter Gregory.
Second carry of the night. That one didn't go for a touchdown this time. But
He shot out of that cannon a while ago, he said. So 6:10, clock running in the fourth. From the 42, Connor Heaton and the Raiders. Here's the handoff, spins. Bulldogs are there, a couple of them, maybe 3 on the play. So bring up, gave him a yard on the carry.
This is a big third
and
down
6.
Here. If St. Teresa can get a stop and get this ball back, there's still a lot of game left.
Clock running, 20 seconds on the play clock. The Raiders in no hurry to have it do a play here. They have the ball and the lead by 8.
You got 2 guys covering Jacob Parody down here to make sure he's not the one that makes a difference.
Heaton in trouble and down. Defense that time, Jackson Arnold, a 5'10", 220-pound junior, with a good defensive stop, and the Bulldogs needed that.
Yeah, definitely needed that, and sets them back a few more yards. So if they can get a return here off the Hutchins punt, then they could have very, very good field position.
Joey Staub back to field the punt from the Raiders. 4:28, clock continues to run.
Uh-oh, he better get it off.
Oh, he just did get it off. Pretty good kick. Oh,
that's a free ball.
So Joey Staub gets the punt. So what rest of the fourth quarter? In a minute, we'll take a break. You're watching SFQ Friday Night Rivals on CW23. Wow. I didn't know if we had something going on or what. Damn,
Yeah,
if Jeff could hear it, I guess it must be this stuff.
Well, I wonder if it's because Chris is in the studio back in Springfield, and it's
Yeah.
We
Was it on air? Oh, good.
Okay.
Good. We just worried that you were on air.
Staring at
We thought you were just testing our skills. So. Wow. Right. This could be the ball game here, right?
Yeah, it could.
I mean, great. Hurry back, don't start. Oh, he's still out there, okay. Stay there. Okay, all right, good. Welcome back to SFQ Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. We're in Decatur, fourth quarter action, 4:17 to go. St. Teresa on first down. Cook tries to find something, just can't do it.
Yeah, been a frustrating night for Cook.
The Raiders D comes up big there, so 4:13. Bulldogs trailing. They come to the line pretty quickly now. See if they can catch the Raiders off guard on 2nd and 11. Miller back to throw. Has time, pumps, fakes, complete, hit hard.
Way to hold on to the football,
Joey
though, by
Staub.
Joey Staub.
Good play by him to do that. And they move the chains. It's a first down. That's a Brant Professional Agriculture first down for the Bulldogs. And that's what they need to keep moving. From the 34. There's the give to Cook. Spins up the middle, still spins. Going, tough to bring down. Finally brought down at the 38-yard line. Say what, he earned every bit of those 4 yards.
Yeah, he was fighting out of tackles and everything to really try to break something and be a big playmaker.
Bulldogs moving quickly. 2nd and 5. Miller fires a strike, complete across the middle.
Got a lot
to
of room.
midfield. 45, 40, 35. He might go. One man to beat. Can't beat him. It's going to be a touchdown. Jacob Ryles. Oh, my goodness. A young security touchdown, $50 to the First Step Women's Center with 3:06 to go. Oh, my goodness.
Holy cow.
How about that? And the Central A&M sideline fans are stunned.
63 yards on a slant pattern, and he just used his speed.
And now the 2-point conversion.
He's got 5 catches, 168 yards here tonight for Jacob Ryles, and he had been fairly quiet here in this second half.
Yes.
But
that was a heck of a play.
This is big right here.
Here it is. The conversion, they need the 2 points to tie, trailing 28-26.
Watch 21 stop out of the backfield.
Cook is behind Miller. Here's the handoff. And I don't
think he got it.
I don't think no,
he didn't get it.
He did not. The Raiders hold 28-26 with 3:06 to go.
Tried that inside trap play that Staub's run very well here tonight. He fought for second and third efforts. A great job by Central A&M to make a big stop when they definitely needed it.
So 3:06 to go. The Bulldogs will have to kick off to the Raiders.
Update in Leonard Bowl. Rochester 56, SHG 21. Might be the most lopsided Rochester's ever won the
yes,
Leonard
if
Bowl.
they hang on, which it sounds like they certainly will. It sounds like, wow. So the Raiders, wow.
Got another one.
We thought last week would be hard to top, and I think that was the right thinking, but this has been pretty darn good. And we're not done yet. This is great.
3 minutes. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. St. Teresa got a big 4th down stop and made Central A&M punt. And now it came right back to Ryles with a big 63-yard touchdown.
Brody Barnes and Brady Patton are back to receive the kickoff.
They are going to kick it deep.
Bounces, and Patton picks it up. Comes down the sidelines and brought out of bounds. Very aggressive play there. Got some good yards there, Brady Patton, the junior. So 3:04 to go. And let's see if the Raiders can hang on. Right now, they're in control of this one with the ball and fresh set of downs from the 34.
See what they do here, because I think you still have to be semi-aggressive offensively. You can't get out of what you're normally doing, because when they slowed it down.
And Parody is in. He is still in. He's in the backfield for the Raiders on 1st and 10. Connor Heaton, Parody in motion, keeps it himself. Heaton
got some room.
Up the middle to the 40. Gain of 6. That's a big 6 yards. 2nd and 4. 2:50 on the clock. Raiders in no hurry.
No, time is their friend. You still have the lead, so time is your friend, but I still think you have to be aggressive offensively with your play calling. Expect the ball to be in the hands of Connor Eaton or Jacob Parody.
Still 13-12 on the play clock. Plenty of time. Heaton from the gun. Parody in motion. Heaton keeps it again. Up the middle. The 46-yard line. And that's a big play there.
That's a big first
that's a
down
brand
run.
Professor Agriculture first down. Fresh set of downs, 2:17. And now the clock will run. Adam, do you start taking your timeouts if you're St. Teresa?
I think after this first down play, you have to start taking your timeouts, because after this play's run, you're going to be about 1:30 left in the game. So I would imagine you're going to have to start thinking about burning your timeouts, because you need the ball back.
1:55, clock running. First and 10 from the 46. Heaton, hands off. Trying to fight his way, maybe gets a yard. Connor Hutchins, the senior, stacked up by the Bulldogs.
There they are.
And there's a timeout, Bulldogs. So 1:42 to go, trailing by 2. St. Teresa 4-0. A&M 4-0.
Central A&M's going to have to really preach ball security here as well at these timeouts, because you know St. Teresa's going to look for an easy one to get the ball back with good field position. If A&M can get a first down, this game is over. So these are 3 huge downs for the Raiders.
And Friday Night Rivals is available streaming live online. Log on to CW23TV.com and click on the Friday Night Rivals link. You can also find complete game videos and photos from this season's games. CW23TV.com. So the Bulldogs have 1 timeout left. 2nd and 10 for Central A&M from their own 46-yard line. Got a lot of candidates for player of the game, but we're not there yet. Parity in motion. Heaton keeps it himself up the middle. Gets a couple.
They're going to take their last timeout here.
And St. Teresa does take their last timeout.
Huge,
so now,
huge third down.
Third down. And 8.
Offensively, you get a first down, game's over. If you do have to punt, you're going to be a little nervous. You're going to make it you're going to make it a long field, most likely, unless St. T can block the punt.
And if St. Teresa gets the ball back and they're able to go down the field, it would be tough to make a field goal into the wind.
Yeah, and they're going to have about a minute probably. But we saw last week, you don't need a whole lot of time to win a ball game.
These two teams, their offenses can strike in a hurry. Can the Bulldogs hold the Raiders on 3rd down and then 4th down? Potentially. It's been a good one. And
thought last week would be hard to top. This has been a great ball game.
Incredible.
Another great ball game for Friday Night Rivals.
It's been fun. Shout out to the crew. Great job as always, bringing all the great shots in action. 1:36 to go. 3rd and 8 for Connor Heaton and the Raiders. He has Connor Hutchins next to him. Looks to throw. Heaton rolls.
He's got some room.
He keeps it, tucks under his arm, and he's got it.
We're going to see where they mark this.
5. Let's see where they mark it.
I think he's going to be about a yard short.
If they mark it, and 1:20, clock running, 4th and short. And the Raider fans, they're not happy about where the ball was spotted.
I thought the ball was spotted a little bit closer to the 45, and they're going to put it about the 46.
So 4th, they're going to call it 2. Inside a minute left in the game. The Bulldogs cannot stop the clock. About 10 seconds now on the play clock.
I wonder if they're going to he's going to run it down and call it timeout.
4-3 on the play clock.
Yep.
And they do. They run it down and call timeout.
This could be the ball game here, folks, because I really think Coach Brent Weekly wants to try to get this first down and end this ball game. But you're taking a big chance, because then you're going to give the ball back to St. Teresa. Potentially really good field position. Now, that hasn't played a whole lot of factors here tonight, but a field goal into the wind, we're not sure how good the St. Teresa Bulldog kicker is anyways, but it would be tough, because as I look down at the flags, they are buzzing down there.
4th down and 2. 44 seconds. 28-26. A&M leads the battle of unbeatens.
I look around, and if people were sitting down, they ain't sitting down anymore right here.
Both sides, everybody's on their feet, and why not?
Offense is still on the field.
Do you have Heaton just keep it and run it? Try to get it. Parity, Jacob Parity is in. He's on the left side. Hutchins lined up on the right next to Connor Heaton.
Got your 3 playmakers.
4th and 2. Perry in motion. Heaton keeps it. And he gets the first down.
It's going to be close.
Wait a minute. St. Teresa.
We're going to see where they mark the ball.
Oh, my God. I thought he had it.
I thought he had it. They're going to have to measure it. They're going to have to measure it.
Oh, my goodness. 41 seconds, and they will measure it.
Second and third effort there by Connor Heaton.
He might be short.
Now this is a very tense
it is close.
measurement right here. Because if that ball, if the nose of that ball hits this first down stick when they pull it tight,
you'll know by the crowd
this ball
reaction.
game's over.
You will know.
He's got it.
And the Raiders, 41 seconds now, just need to run a play. Maybe 2.
Just
they
need to
can
kneel
smell
on it.
victory.
That's, you know what? Coach Weegley said at halftime, champions are made in tough games like this, and if you want to be a champion, you got to come out and fight. That was a championship effort right there to put this game away, put it on the back of your guys. Great job by Connor Heaton to get that first down after a second and third effort.
That was tremendous. And Connor Heaton, don't let him be overshadowed by Jacob Parody, because Connor Heaton, All-State honorable mention last year, Adam, as you know, and
All-State basketball player. I mean, he is a ton.
Parody, Heaton, they're tough. 20 seconds, clock running. Decatur Sentries can't stop it. That's going to do it. As time runs down here. 28-26. Central A&M goes to 5-0. Decatur St. Teresa, their first loss, they fall to 4-1. What a game.
What a game.
What a
just
game.
Unbelievable. Momentum swing.
He's
You're
drained.
exhausted. And I think that says it for the rest of us.
Oh, my goodness. What a great game. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. You're watching CEFQ Friday Night Rivals here on CW23. Stay with us. Stats on him or no? Do they have? Oh, okay.
No,
That's
give him
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it's going to be Heaton though.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the
video
orthopedic thing, right?
Yeah. Do you have the player of the game? Do they have it?
Player of the game
Jeff?
is Connor Heaton, right?
Jeff? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Okay. So what's the... Where's the... God, man, that was... Wow. That's great, man.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row? I mean...
That was awesome. Awesome game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We're good.
Are those caramel apples for us? Down
Where?
there? Somebody. There's 2 of them. It has to be.
I don't know.
Dell's, I guess. They got to be. They've been there for like, unless they're Doug's. Did he leave?
I don't know where he went.
Okay. We got him unless he wants to.
All right. I won't argue.
No. Wow.
Hell of a game.
We didn't think last week we could top it. That was pretty darn good.
Last week's was good, too.
Yeah. Woo.
Thank you. What a game.
You gotta be in the glasses. That's the most important thing. Hey, are those caramel apples yours or ours? Or oh, they're yours. Okay, sorry. No, that's all right.
Sitting there, I'm like, why are there caramel?
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. No, don't. Oh, wow. No. Good. No. Yeah. Oh. All right.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Yeah. We'll say, all right. Yeah. Okay. I want to get a.
Pallet.
Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. What time is it? 9. Wow, 9:45. I'm up again. Yeah. Okay.
Good job, Renee.
Yeah, man, that was good. Good job.
Didn't
Trying circumstances.
Yeah,
It worked.
didn't have it on.
We did it. We got it.
Still got it done. It's been worse. So.
Does pay to have experience, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, stand by. All right. Welcome back to CEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute. Paul Wappel, Adam Anderson. You just saw a good one. 28-26 Central A&M over St. Teresa. Tonight's player of the game, brought to you by Orthopedic Center of Illinois, is
number 2, Connor Heaton. Put the team on his back there in the second half. Had a great game. Great job by the Central A&M Raiders.
And let's go down to Nico. Nico?
Guys, I'm here with the still undefeated Central A&M Raiders and our Orthopedic Center player of the game, Connor Heaton. Connor, how important was this win for you guys tonight?
Oh, it was a big game, especially in conference play. We knew we had to win this game to set us up to win conference. I mean, the coaches just gave us a great game plan, and we executed it, and we just came out with a win.
What can you say about your teammates' abilities to show a little bit of resiliency and facing a deficit for probably the first time this year?
I mean, first off, Jacob's probably got some broken ribs, and he came back to play. So, I mean, that just shows how tough he is. Our O-line, D-line played an outstanding game. I mean, credit to them. That was a big game. I mean, people just came up with big plays all over the field.
Coach, we talked about before the half that not all these wins are going to be pretty. How important was this one for you guys?
It's a great way for us to win one ugly finally, and really proud of our guys for how tough they were mentally and physically in this game, and so proud of them for their effort.
Well, congrats on the 5th win of the season. We will now present the Raiders with the CEFCU Champions Trophy.
And congratulations to Central A&M for picking up the CEFCU Friday Night Rivals Champions Trophy. 28-26, they win over St. Teresa. Great game. Next week, we'll try to top it again. Next week, CEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by Prairie Heart Institute, brings you week 6. We will head to Pana as the Panthers take on the Greenville Comets. That's next Friday night starting at 7 right here on CW23. Thanks to everybody who helped out. Doug Opperman did a great job with stats. Thanks to our crew. Adam, it's been fun, and more fun next week. Rest up.
We didn't think we could top it. We got pretty close, so I'm looking forward to going down to Pana to see a big ball game there. Central A&M is going to be a team to watch deep in November, I think.
No doubt. Great game tonight. Thanks for staying with us and watching it. We'll see you next week. That's it from Decatur. Good night.